What brought you out here?
City life just ain't for me.
Having an opportunity to do the things that I really want to do and not having anybody tell me I can't.
State passed laws saying you couldn't feed the homeless.
Every single person I've talked to has been one of the friendliest, welcoming people that I've ever met in my entire life. It's been quite the experience walking around here, meeting everyone and just seeing the culture and the art that's out here.
Well, it's the last resort for a lot of people.
This place is incredible, just so unbelievably interesting. But all this stuff is just built by people who are living out here, most of which for free. So I realized last night, after I pulled one of these out, that I didn't get small trash bags. I got super large ones, which is kind of annoying because I only have a small trash can, but whatever. I'm taking out the trash right now, and if you guys can't tell by the noise, we are in an OHV area, which means off-highway vehicle area. Totally free campsite with some great views of the mountains, but there's actually a couple little kids on their dirt bikes and four-wheelers right now. And all these RVs in a circle are probably all toy haulers and have side-by-sides and 4x4s in them. And then they take them out there on this public land, rip around on them. These usually aren't the most ideal campsites because they are kind of loud, but most of these people can get here till this morning, so it's not too bad. And places like this are completely free. I can stay here for up to 30 days completely free. And they've got flushable toilets. And the best part, which is where we're going right now, nice hot showers. I actually only have 3/4. I thought I had more, which means I only get 3 minutes to shower, which I think should be enough, but I guess we'll find out. All right, so we cooked through that shower. I had some time left over on my 3 minutes. And the water also got surprisingly hot. It was actually a pretty nice shower. This desert air is wreaking havoc on my skin. Definitely starting this winter road trip a little bit warmer down here in the desert. It's like 65 degrees, beautiful day outside. Winter is just about the only time that the desert is enjoyable, when it's not 120 degrees. Especially where we're going today, which is the Salton Sea, which is 250 feet below sea level. And temperatures over there get to around 120 degrees in the summer, but right now it's a nice mild 65. Also, there really isn't much in terms of civilization out here, so put my Starlink up last night, get a little bit better service. So we're going to this place near the Salton Sea today called Slab City, which is widely known as a lawless town and one of the last free places in America. And it's basically a town that's become a sanctuary for people who want to escape society and get away from it. You don't have to pay rent there, it's on BLM land, and you can basically just build your own house out of essentially whatever you'll find, which you'll see a bunch of when we get down there. But it's just a place I've always been interested in, and ever since I last came down here and went to Bombay Beach, which is another abandoned beach town on the Salton Sea, I wanted to make my way over to Slab City, so excited to finally get there. But before we head over there, gotta make some breakfast. I also want to use Starlink a bit more than I recently have. So instead of putting it fully away and taking it apart, I've just been taking it off the roof and kind of just throwing it in there on the seat. Makes setup a little bit easier when I go to need it again. All right, let's get out of here. We got about an hour drive until we get to where we need to go today. So let's get to it. All right, so we've made it here, but this is kind of the first marker, I guess, when you get into the city. Kind of like the Las Vegas sign. Welcome to fabulous Slab City, California. And there really isn't much out here. I mean, in terms of things you can see or do. There was a small town we drove through about a mile and a half, 2 miles back that way. But other than that, it's been a lot of industrial and kind of open, abandoned land. But anyways, onward. So I figured for our first stop here in Slab City, we'd stop by the most recognizable and famous spot in this area, Salvation Mountain, which I don't really know how to describe it, but it's this clay painted mountain with the message, God is love, and a giant cross on the top of it. And it is pretty spectacular. A lot of it's closed off though here because I guess there was rain over the past few days and it's kind of falling apart. I don't know if you can see it over there. Are you the caretaker for the mountain? What's the story behind it?
Leonard started this project in 1984.
Leonard is the builder?
He's the builder. He
Okay.
did everything you see here. All the vehicles, the mountain, the flower bed, the museum.
Okay.
He built everything here.
And it's all closed off right now because of the rain?
It's closed off because of the rain.
Are you still building it up or
No,
just kind of maintaining?
Just maintaining it.
Maintaining.
It's one man's passion, one man's work. It'd be the same as trying to add on to the Mona Lisa. You can't do it.
Is that stuff I hear off in the distance? Is that the military
Yeah.
range, the bombs going off?
They still do bombing up there in the Chocolate Mountains. They still fire weapons, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I read about that online that you can hear the bombing range from here.
Yeah, we got lightning, lightning, but light shows sometimes at night.
Oh, you can even see them?
Apache helicopters firing down at the crew.
Oh, that's pretty
and
cool.
They have tracer rounds.
How long have you lived here?
6 years.
6 years?
I've
What-
been volunteering for the mountain for around 4.5.
That's awesome. What made you come out here? If you don't mind me asking.
My wife. My wife and the laws kept changing in Florida. We had a small restaurant and a lawn and tree service business. The state passed laws saying you couldn't feed the homeless.
Oh, really?
And I used to feed the homeless every Sunday out of my restaurant. And one day I was delivering food to a security guard that worked in one of the banks. And when I come back, I got 26 tickets handed to me.
So you think that's kind of what brings most people out here is just the freedom of it?
I think the freedom brings people out here, the lack of bills that you have to pay. If you brought an RV out here and you parked right there across the street and you made a little encampment for yourself for the winter time, it doesn't cost you anything. I mean, the only thing you have to pay for is your own power and your own water.
Mm-hmm. And you never get bugged by
Nobody.
Law enforcement or anything?
Law enforcement don't bug you. They'll come by. I get law enforcement that bring donations to my camp. My camp is a very big camp and it's well known, and therefore they end up bringing people donations.
Okay.
And those donations I pass out to people who need it in the slab.
That's awesome. How big is this place? Because I know on the map it's like you got the main Slab
8,000
City up there.
acres.
8,000 acres. And what is it? Is it BLM land?
BLM and Teachers Association and the Mendoza family.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you again.
Yep.
So it sounds like they have a couple rotating caretakers that come out here and not necessarily maintain the mountain, but just keep people off so it doesn't get any more destroyed than I guess it currently is. And it's interesting, if you look online, this was made by one man, Leonard Knight, over a 20-year period, one handful of mud at a time. And essentially what it did was he used hay bales mixed with mud, plastered them on, and then painted over them with like 17 layers of paint, and then ended up with this. And I guess you used to be able to go up in there, but rain has made it a little bit too dangerous. I also sat there and I was talking to him for a while, and I didn't get a lot of it on camera, but he told me that this is actually where Leonard Knight lived for 25 to 30 years, in the back of this truck while he built out that mountain. So he was kind of a OG van lifer. Pretty crazy to think that someone lived in this for 30 years in 120 degree heat in the summer and sometimes below 30 in the winter with holes in the walls and no insulation. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a bed back there, a couple benches, a lot of paint. But yeah, I think it's time to get out of here and go somewhere else. My goal today is to meet a bunch of people and kind of see what life is like living here in Slab City. And he told me one place I got to check out is East Jesus, so we'll head over there at some point before we leave today, see the art. So I think the best way that I'm going to be able to meet as many people around here is to kind of walk around on foot and just see who I run into. Obviously within reason. He said some of the people around here are extremely friendly and some of them obviously came out here for a reason, for the privacy. So we'll kind of be wary of that. But I think before I get out and walk around anywhere on foot, I'm going to drive myself around and get a lay of the land. All right, so I just put over on the side of the road again because there was another welcome sign. I was getting some shots of that, but also this house right here is so amazing. It's like a rusty metal igloo. This is your project? This is amazing. It's like a metal igloo. How long did
I thought about it like that. Yeah, 'cause it is.
What's your name?
DNA.
DNA? Nice to meet you. I'm Ryan. So how long have you been working on this?
Oh, I started it actually a year ago, and then I took a break from it. We just picked it up the past month or so.
You build these sculptures too?
Yeah, that's what I really like to do.
Those are awesome. Yeah, I really like that small one.
And it's all out of Slab City trash, basically.
So you find all this metal just out here?
Yeah, from burnouts and stuff like that. All the insulation in this thing is used out of the mattresses and the
Wow.
cushions and stuff like that. We packed all that in for insulation, and still closing it up in here.
This is incredible.
We have a chimney in the center there.
Fire pit here.
Yeah.
This is going to be incredible.
The trees aren't really structural, but they're just anchored in later.
Uh-huh.
But the structure itself holds itself. This all built out of pallets.
Okay.
Pallets, and I added a few long boards over the center period here.
And then you plan on this is going to be where you're living?
No, this is actually going to be like a little store, restaurant /
Okay.
a cool room for the summer.
Yeah, definitely.
Since it's insulated, we're going to put an air conditioner in here and close this all off as well.
You got a name for the restaurant yet?
I think Pete's calling it the Last Resort. I'm building this
The Last
for him.
Resort? That's a good name. I like that name.
Well, it's the last resort for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's fair. What if you don't mind me asking, what brought you out here?
Yeah, the city life just ain't for me.
City? That's what I've been hearing. I was speaking to another guy down at the Salvation Mountain. He said the same thing. Just too many regulations.
You know, the individual, like the person like you and me, we get along fine probably. As soon as you get an organization going on, it seems like it gets out of control really quick and it gets to be a problem.
Yep, I agree. I'm the same way.
Where they're suppressing somebody else to step on it.
Well, I appreciate you taking me in here. Let me get a view of the place. This is incredible. I can't wait to see how it looks when you're finished with it.
Yeah, it's gonna probably have murals painted in the inside.
Are you an artist, like a painter as well?
I do that. Do use that medium. Mainly lately, I've been with like metal sculptures, like what I've been doing lately.
Yeah, those ones out there are amazing. I like that one a lot. That one's so cool.
And I sold a couple of them. My mom even bought a couple of them. This doesn't really count, but.
You got any smaller ones?
Over at Dots, I got a couple things.
Dots is Dots another person that lives around here?
Another camp. This guy's got crushed, but he was.
These are some really cool pieces. Well, this is awesome. Appreciate it. Where is Dots?
Dots is right there before East Jesus.
Okay.
She's the camp. You'll see Dot, House of Dots.
Another person to check out and talk to?
Yeah, and she's got one of my big dragonflies over there.
Okay.
And maybe
I'll have to ask her about it.
There's a few other pieces throughout the slabs here.
Well, it was nice meeting you, DNA. Appreciate you taking me in your house. Let me see everything.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah, cool. I'll see you around. Have a good one. Yep. Can't believe it took him so little time to build that. It's incredible looking. I feel like I'm kind of getting the roadmap to Slab City by stopping around and talking to people. I got East Jesus from first guy I talked to, and then DNA told me about this lady called Dots, who has some of his pieces who might go try to meet and find out as well, but got a little sidetracked. Let's go drive around a little bit and see the rest of the place. Slab City, the last free place. Truly, this is like the last free place on earth if you think about it, because you don't have to pay rent. You don't have to answer to anybody. You can claim your own land. There's no kind of paperwork you got to go through. Don't know how the legality of it all works. Not really sure, but it seems to work out for itself. So it's pretty interesting seeing all the different types of camps that are around here. Some of them are RVs, some of them are some places that they just built off of scraps they found around in the desert. Really interesting. They've even got their own town basketball court. It's so interesting to see stuff like this. Like, this is honestly what I would imagine if the world ever collapsed and we reverted back to the Stone Age. This is kind of what you would see after a certain number of years, but looks like that's a restaurant right there. Doesn't seem to be open. Oh, they got a little concert hall right here. Yeah, it looks like this is like some sort of concert venue. Open mic every Saturday. I wish it was a Saturday. Come out here at night. Check out the place, but looks awesome. Got a whole stage up there. It's called The Range. Bunch of buses, seats. Probably gets pretty lively there on Saturday nights. All right, come to a crossroads. We've got East Jesus to the left, library and a hostel and an internet cafe to the right. And I guess this is kind of what he was saying about you can find anywhere, plop your RV or build a house and do whatever, and then you just got to lay claim to it. If someone takes it, they take it. I guess it's kind of, you just figure that out for yourself or something. I don't really know, but this place looked cool. So I'm gonna stop here real quick before we head down to the internet cafe and all that. It's like a tower someone built, almost like a pyramid. And I tried to come in here without any preconceptions about what I was gonna see, the people I was gonna meet, or what everything was going to be about. So I'm just keeping an open mind, talking to everybody, trying to get a perspective from the people that actually live here and kind of draw my own conclusions, because no matter what you might read or see online, a lot of the times there's more to the story. Church of Enlightenment. Be cool to go up in that tower. But I don't see anybody out here. They might be inside or something. Also, the cool thing about this area is each house has its own identity. It's not like the cookie cutter houses of the suburbs. You kind of, every single house is individual because it's built by the person who lives in it. Yeah, it looks like sometimes this is an open attraction to the public, but seems to be closed off right now. Yeah, it says under construction up there, but I just looked it up online. It was built by Dr. Spencer William Brown, acupuncturist, herbalist, sex therapist. Don't know if he is still around or if he's in there, if he's out, but pretty crazy structure. I've built out here in the desert with, I'm guessing, no major machinery. But yeah, little gift shop. Pretty cool. All right. Hopefully we don't get sidetracked again. I think now I'm just gonna follow these signs, head over to the library and check out the internet cafe, because I'm very interested to see what that is like. Also, it sounds like, based on the language that these people are using, that this is, I've never been, but kind of like Burning Man, where all of these people are in their own camps, but are part of a larger camp, and each camp kind of has its own stuff going on and stuff that they're doing. But pulling up to the free camping internet cafe, see if it's open. It's also kind of weird pulling up to these places because it says internet cafe and camping, but there's nobody here, so you don't know if it's like someone's private camp or if they don't want to be bothered or not. So a little bit cautious doing this. Someone's cooking something. How's it going?
What's going on? How you doing?
Good. Is this the internet cafe?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Is this your bike shop over here?
Yes, it is.
What did you say your name was? Sorry?
Charlie Poe, the bike guy.
Charlie Poe, the bike guy?
Yeah.
Ryan, very nice to meet you.
you.
I'm just walking around trying to meet as many people as I can.
Coffee in the morning, man, at the Oasis. Great place to meet people.
Coffee at the Oasis in the morning?
Yes.
What time?
They start at 7 o'clock.
So yeah, this is the internet cafe. Got a bunch of seats, tables. Come here and get some work done. Pretty cool. Also, they got cats. How long have you been living out here, if you don't mind me asking?
Going on 6 years.
6 years? And this is what you do full time out here, is just fix bikes?
Every day.
Is that how most people get around out here, is bikes?
Oh yeah, I mean, I take my job very serious. I mean, some people got to get water. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to do every day. If you plan on coming and just laying around, I don't think that's going to work out too good. We're just like any typical neighborhood. Up here, we have a police force, and it's us.
Yeah, I heard about that online, that you guys burn down the houses if you find out they've been...
Well, we're trying
They're
to get them
pedophiles?
to stop that. There's no sense in burning up the resources.
Yeah.
To run them out of here,
Yeah.
man, to keep their shit.
Get them out? Yeah.
Right.
You take care of your own out here?
Here, everybody knows everybody in some form or another. The bad people just stealing people, and we got that problem too, because we got a problem with blue pills.
What is that? Is that meth?
No, blue pills, it's like a downer.
Downer?
I mean, I'm on meth.
Okay.
I mean, for the most part, all of us are on some type of drug. Yeah, brother, there's more good than there is bad here.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
If this is your first time here up front around 4 o'clock, Wrangler's Roost.
Wrangler's Roost.
dinner,
Is that the restaurant place?
Yes.
Okay. How do you maintain in the heat?
I mean, whatever you heard, just add a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's that bad. I won't pull no punches with it's bad.
Yeah.
It's hot. 125 degrees is hot. If I got gas, I run my generator, but I try not to run it too much, because if you run it, man, you're just going to blow it up. But yeah, I got an AC, but I'm more avid of hot weather than I am cold weather.
Yeah, same. I'm kind of the same way. So everyone knows everyone around here.
Yeah.
At least the people who live here full time.
At least, even if you never met them, I mean, there's people here, man, I know that I've never met. You know, I've heard their names and stuff like that. But, you know, most people, man, come here, and I moved right over there in that spot. Matter of fact, they burned down my motorhome.
Oh, really?
2 girls got in a fight. Girl got mad at another girl, and next thing you know, they're burning my shit down.
Is that a big problem here? Arson? People burning down stuff?
You got to be on your toes, man, around here. But
don't get me wrong. There's certain people they know they can't with, and there's certain people they know not to with. People come up here and live. They don't want no trouble.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long you're going to be here. You're more than
About 2 days.
It's free parking here in the parking lot. You can sleep here, whatever you want.
Awesome. Appreciate
All
that.
the other camps, man, they charge.
Okay.
So,
Appreciate
but
that.
if you need a place to stay, you can stay right here.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
right.
Appreciate that. It was very nice meeting you.
Hey, very nice meeting you too, sir.
Have a good rest of your day.
Appreciate it.
Go to the library.
Library? Down this way?
Yeah, down the floor. I didn't open today.
Okay. Thank you. So this is where Bill recommended we go next. The local library said it's open today, so head in there and check out, see what they got. Wow. A lot of books in here. Different sections. This place is incredible. It's like eerily cool. Just so unbelievably interesting. That all this stuff is just built by people who are living out here, most of which for free. It's incredible. It almost looks like a place that you'd pay $10 for a coffee in a city somewhere, trying to look like a hipster place. It's also got like seating areas and stuff out here too. Pretty peaceful out here when you're not hearing the explosions and gunshots from the gun range, but it is a little eerie, the lack of people. That's it, that's the town library. I don't think we're gonna be checking out any books today. All right. It's exactly what you think it would be. It's a library, but it is way cooler than any other library I've ever been in. But Bill was telling me about this place, and I am getting kind of hungry. He was telling me about this restaurant that they have here, which I think is that place that I drove by when I first came in, that I said looked like a restaurant, but he was telling me it opens at 4, and they've got burgers and hot dogs and other stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to get lunch there today before we head out. But now we're going over to another place that Bill recommended, which was Dottie's, who is another slabber that's been living here for quite a while. So we're gonna go see if we can go check out her place as well. The farther you get into this place, kind of the worse the roads get. And you can tell the toll it takes when it rains out here. All of these washes turn into sloppy mud beds. Looks like we're pulling up on East Jesus here. Oh, and there's House of Dots.
Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
Good.
Are you Dottie?
Yeah.
I heard I was talking to DNA down the street. He said he had some of his work here.
I do.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you mind being filmed? I didn't
No,
ask.
what's it for?
It's for YouTube. I do a YouTube channel, kind of traveling around the country.
I do have some of his. One of his flowers is sitting right here, which is kind of sad.
One of DNA's flowers?
Yeah.
His sculptures are pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty hefty duty, man. That's a significant flower right there.
Yeah. Bury that quite deep
Yeah.
in order to get it to stand up.
Yeah, I can show you the other artwork that DNA did, and I can also show you some of my stuff.
Awesome. Sweet. That'd be great. Yeah.
Right.
I've been trying to get out and meet as many people in the
Okay.
area as possible and just kind of talk and get the story of the people that live here and just what it's like and that kind of stuff.
Well, up in there, that's my pool area, which normally has it's all shaded and covered, and right now it's really dirty, and I'm probably gonna fill it soon.
You fill it for the summertime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and do it soon, just because I haven't taken it down yet, and I might as well.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Got
So
a
then
lot
up
of
in
stuff here.
That's the Alice in Wonderland dining room. Man, it's a perfect day to come after a rainstorm when things are just real messy. But up inside there is Taxidermy Dinner Party. You're welcome to take a look at my artwork in there.
Okay. So this is like, so you have different sections of
Yes, they're like immersion trailers.
immersion trailers, and this is Taxidermy Dinner Party.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what's the story behind this? This is, I'm guessing, the Taxidermy Dinner Party?
It's one of them. This is Young Buck, Uncle Buck, and Grandma Buck. And Young Buck, this is a time when deer have learned how to use guns. And he's bragging about having shot this poor guy. He's like, he's just filling up his gas tank. I'm hiding behind a tree, and I just blasted him right in his face. Didn't even see it coming. And Uncle Buck is all, we can ethically resource humans from all sorts of organizations like poverty, gangbangers, drug addicts, and homeless people. Super easy. And Grandma's like, stop talking politics.
And then this is another one over here.
Yeah, that's catotaxoplasmosia, a time in the future when cats have taken over.
What did you say it was? Catotaxoplasmosia?
Yes, very
Okay. So this is a time when cats have taken over?
Yeah.
Is it all horror type artwork? Just that room?
So you gotta ignore the mess. This is all of my mosquito netting that I had to take down from in there to fix my princess bed.
Okay. So this is your princess bed up here?
This is what makes it the Alice in Wonderland Boop. That one detail. And not to mention we got the Mad Hatter. And we also now have the cat.
Oh, yeah, yeah. How do you get all your stuff? Do you buy it or do you find it out here?
I don't buy anything anymore. Stuff just sort of comes. People have a lot of stuff. And people got to get rid of their stuff. And the desert is one of the places that you can bring your broken stuff, your stuff that you're not willing to throw away yet because it's not quite garbage. Or even stuff that's still useful. That's nice. This is my book collection.
Okay.
Again,
So you got your
a lot
own
of
little
people-
private library. I went to the library a little bit earlier and checked
Oh,
out
yeah?
some of the books there, but this is cool.
Yeah, this is a smaller version. A lot of personal camps around have libraries.
Okay.
There's that many books, man. And the library is even like, no more books, man. Like, they want good books.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the kitchen. Don't even look at it. He's like, oh, you told me to. Oh, Meows, you did a good job. You almost missed it.
A lot of people have cats around here too.
Yeah,
I
cats
saw.
are a problem.
I met up with
Charlie the bike guy?
Charlie the bike guy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's where these cats came from.
How long have you been living out here?
Only 5 years.
5 years, and you built all this in 5 years?
Yep.
This place is really cool.
Well, that's the bone collection.
Bone
Head on up
collection's
in
in
there.
here?
Make sure you look in the fridge and all that good stuff.
What brought you out here?
Free camping.
Free camping?
Yep.
That seems like the story of a lot of people out here. Free camping, and they don't like the rules of being
Yeah,
in.
I have to admit that in my past, I have done quite a few art projects in places that I've lived, like in my yard and stuff, and living in areas where they're, got HOAs and stuff like that. It's not so cool to be.
Yeah, it seems like it's more so not the laws that they're trying to get away from, but just the regulations and the
Yes,
rules and
exactly.
the HOAs
regulation
of
limit,
HOAs
yes,
of the world that you got to
exactly.
always answer to. But
Yeah, get
That's
on and try that
interesting.
trailer.
so this is your bone collection. Oh wow. So are these are just is that a flathead catfish?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I found it on the beach.
Oh really? So you find all these bones? That's where you get them
I
from?
find most of them. There's
I guess there's a
handful.
lot of places to find them on the shores of the Salton Sea with all
Yeah,
the
yeah, not as
dying
many
animals.
bones anymore. More bird bones. There's a handful of fish bones every so once in a while. Like I said, the catfish probably came down the canal. So open the fridge there.
This
There's
fridge?
a lot of yeah. Nowadays you can't trust
Oh,
anything
wow.
you read on the internet. For all I know, the recent flooding took it up 2 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can show you the best piece of artwork that I have done by DNA,
Okay.
which is this dragonfly that, oh my gosh, I try not to sell it, but people are constantly trying to buy this sucker. And I just keep putting really high
Do you
prices
sell
on it.
any of your artwork or no?
Yeah, right, everything's for sale.
Okay.
But yeah, it's-
Oh, so that's
it's
one of
not
his.
great.
He showed me a smaller version of one of those that he had
Mm-hmm.
made as well, but that's pretty incredible. I mean, he's got some real skill. Oh yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Really cool. Really sick place. So you got solar panels. You got power. Is that how you get power out
And then,
here?
I also have my bus full. Let's wander out this way and I'll show you the bus. It's a free store, thrift store for the slabs, basically. So I like to take the closed donations when I get them and hang them all up and make them available to pretty much everybody who lives here and anybody who's in real need. And this is all stuff that's free. If
So this is
anybody
all
needs it.
donated
It's-
clothes?
Yeah, this is not the good stuff. That's why the good stuff goes in here. This is stuff that like anybody, literally, if you want it, it's fine. You probably need to wash it. If you
Yeah.
step up
Oh,
in
wow.
here, you got to step up in there. I did a lot of work recently to make it look like all.
Oh, that's crazy. You got so much stuff. It's like a desert thrift store.
It is. Yep.
Wow. So is this all donation clothes?
Most of it. I mean, I have bought some things in my past that are still in here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's fun when I see something that I've owned for 20 years finally find a new owner.
Yeah, this is
And usually it's somebody that's
quite the collection.
Thank you. So that's just from donations of people that come out and visit and see the bus, and then they come back out again, or like you with your YouTube video channel, they see, oh wow, so that's someplace we can take our stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it goes to good use. I have a business card.
Oh, sweet.
It's got my YouTube channel on it.
There you go.
The House of Dots.
House of Dots.
Yep, I don't really do very much with it, but I'll share yours when you post it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate you taking me around and
Right on.
showing me your house.
Cool.
And then I'll be your...
Exit out this way. And then if you feel like you need to get something in the shop.
Oh,
let
is
me
this like
know.
a gift shop?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll grab something on
On the way out.
my way out. If you don't mind me asking, I've been asking everybody, what brings you out here?
Well, the free camping, most part, and then I've really always wanted to do some sort of crazy tourist attraction, making art, showing off my art,
Okay.
sharing my messages, which are odd and unusual, but fun for me.
Yep.
And then getting people to do weird things like climb through cabinets and such. Having an opportunity to do the things that I really want to do and not having anybody tell me I can't. And then getting the support for what I'm doing that makes me want to keep doing it.
So my camera died as I was finishing up my conversation with Dottie, but she is living maybe 100 feet from East Jesus, which is this area over here, which is apparently some sort of art installation where, according to the people I've talked to, people come out, add artwork. Sounds like they have college kids out here. Also, I had to take off my jacket because it was like, I don't know if you can see my sweat stains. It was getting, even in the middle of January, it's pretty hot out here. But college kids come out here and build art along with, I'm guessing, the community members and all that kind of stuff. Some of these sculptures are massive too. We even got like a Starfighter car here, BB-8 up top, and then its Sith counterpart. How's it going? Are you a caretaker for the area?
Yeah.
What was your name?
Here they call me Wizard.
Wizard, do you mind if I record?
Go for it. Yeah.
Awesome. So what's the story behind East Jesus, this art installation? I haven't even checked it out yet, but
Okay. I'll give you the spiel.
Okay.
Easiest way. Greetings and welcome to East Jesus. This is a sheltered workshop for the work ethic impaired. They are not lazy. They are work ethic impaired. Thank you. We too have feelings. This is the 501c3 420, and we have 2 rules. Rule number 1, everything is touchable. Rule number 2, if you touch it and it breaks, tell them it was broke when you got here. It works every time.
sounds good. Well, it was nice meeting you. Thank you for the intro spiel. I'll go check out some stuff.
Yes.
Crazy amount of art here. And unlike other art museums, the rule here is touch everything. Like this fuzzy lizard. Almost looks like medical gauze. Some of the stuff out here is actually so incredible. It's like almost unbelievable. And the people, I mean, the people are just completely different than what you would expect and what you see probably about this place online. Every single person I've talked to has been one of the friendliest, welcoming people that I've ever met in my entire life. It's been quite the experience walking around here, meeting everyone and just seeing the culture and the art that's out here. It's really cool. But yeah, see, please touch. Probably the only art museum you'll find in at least North America where you can touch everything. Oh, look, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, I went to the Kentucky Stonehenge, which is like a 1/10 scale version of the Stonehenge. So now I'm at the Slab City Stonehenge. Almost looks like an elephant. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Kind of see the tusks, snoot. They've even got their own bowling alley. I mean, what doesn't this place have? Am I allowed to bowl?
You want to try the bowling alley of low self-esteem?
Yes.
All right, you can do it. Yeah.
Bowling alley of low self-esteem. That would have been a strike if there wasn't a bowling ball in the middle of all the pins. Just got done walking around East Jesus and it is crazy. Even in the middle of January, 83 degrees. It's actually so hot out. So I got the AC on and cranking, but I was sitting here thinking about it and I'm sure you guys are wondering the same thing, how this place actually came about and became kind of what it is. So in case anyone is interested, I'll give you guys the brief history of it. Basically how this place turned into what it is. Back before World War II, the Marine Corps and the Army needed a training ground for field and anti-aircraft artillery units, and they needed it in a place that was accessible by plane from San Diego, and they needed around 600 acres, which, if you know anything about San Diego, there's not a lot of places out there that are flat and have 600 acres of land that the government can just take for a training base. So they settled on right here in Slab City. And it was named after a General Robert Dunlap, and it was changed to Camp Dunlap in 1942. And it was used for about 3 years until the training need reduced. And then by 1949, operations significantly reduced, but a skeleton crew kind of still stayed behind up until 1956 when it was demolished and all of the military huts and encampments were taken out. But the only thing that was left behind was the slabs, hence the name, Slab City. And then fast forward just about 50 years and this is kind of what it's become. An encampment for people who have been neglected by society or feel like outcasts. They come out here and they start a new life. And as I've heard from some of the people that I've talked to since I've been here, this place is actually technically owned by BLM, which if you watch my channel, a lot of the places that I camp in my van are BLM. So I'm not sure what's different about this place or why it's just gone unregulated. Maybe it's just because nobody knows how to deal with it or what to do about it because it's become so involved and so ingrained and there's so many people here and there's so many structures. But typically BLM land you can only stay out for 14 days and then you gotta you gotta get out. But anyways, I'm getting kind of hungry, and it is right around that time where the restaurant in town, or whatever it is, opens up. So I'll go grab myself some food. All right, so I just drove over here to Wrangler's Roost of Slab City. It looks like they got ice cream floats, banana splits, cold drinks, and then apparently burgers and soda. But I didn't get it on camera, but there was a guy walking out when I was pulling up, and I asked him if they were open, and he said they're not going to be open today. So sadly, we cannot get ourselves a burger here in Slab City. I guess maybe though that's a blessing in disguise, because pie isn't being made in a certified kitchen. I mean, yeah, this is one of the most interesting places that I've ever been to in my entire life. And honestly, it has more sense of community than any other place or city that I've been to, with everyone knowing each other and watching out for each other and having each other's backs. And I'm sure there's some bad eggs in there, but everybody that I met today, some of the friendliest people I've ever met. But I haven't eaten anything yet since breakfast, so I'm gonna head into town, grab some stuff for dinner, and I'm gonna take you guys down to the Salton Sea, and we're gonna find a campsite in another town called Bombay Beach. So we've just pulled into the town of Nyland. I think that's how you say it. That's how it looks, how you say it. And for a lot of the people who live out in Slab City, this is their only kind of town they have access to where they can go get groceries, and a lot of them only have bikes or can walk. And I've been driving down this road and I've seen a lot of people walking in and out of Slab City. I'm guessing coming down here to pick up some groceries, because this is the closest spot and it's still around 3 miles away. But it looks like there is a small market, so see if we can't find something to cook for dinner tonight. Never seen beef bacon before. Thank you very much. Have a good one, thank you. It's a little crowded in there. Got everything we need. Let's go find ourselves a campsite. We made it. Bombay Beach. And this is where we're gonna be camping tonight, right on the Salton Sea up there. This town is very similar to Slab City in the way that it's kind of abandoned and dilapidated, and there's only about 300 residents. But it once was a bustling beach town resort back in the 60s, where people would pay large sums of money. Presidents came to, a bunch of famous musicians, and people would come out here and hang out for a multitude of reasons that I'll tell you about once we get up here. This is what it looks like now. Somewhat abandoned trailer homes from the 60s. Well, we're pulling up here over this little sand dune, I guess. And this is where we're gonna camp tonight, I think. I've been here before. Last time I came down in this area, I did a whole video on this town, so if you want to go see more about Bombay Beach and its history, you can go watch that video. So I won't get too much into it today, but essentially it's an old abandoned, well, not abandoned because there's a bunch of people that still live here, resort on the Salton Sea, which we're about to see. Pulling up here in a second. And that is her right there, the Salton Sea. And as you can probably tell, there's a lot of the same theme going on in this town with art structures and stuff like that. That's some sort of car plane mixture. Big star over there made out of concrete. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but never got finished. And this actually right here used to be a boat dock, or like a marina where boats would pull in. They'd have their boat slips up there, they'd pull out, and this would be the Salton Sea right here. But as you can see, the water has receded all the way back to there. And what I read online is that it recedes, at least right now, around 2 feet per year, which is a crazy amount. So the story of the Salton Sea starts around 1905 when the Colorado River swelled, which breached one of their irrigation canals, and water flooded into the Salton Sink, which is this area that you're looking at right out here, and became what was known as the Salton Sea. So as I said on my drive over here, this place is 250 feet below sea level, so it's one of the lowest places on the planet, and definitely in America. So all water flows basically down into this area, and when that irrigation channel breached, all the water flowed down, filled up an ancient dry lake bed called the Salton Sink, and created what you see now as the Salton Sea. And then long story short, enough water flowed in from that irrigation canal breach that this body of water became California's largest lake, and in turn brought a lot of tourists, a lot of real estate developers, and this place became a boating, water skiing, fisherman's haven where they would come out, and there was resorts lined all the way down this beach up on the shore. And as I said, presidents have been here, famous people, singers. In the 50s, this place was so popular that they actually had more visitors than Yosemite National Park did, just to give you a little bit of perspective for how many people would come out here to boat, fish, and do everything. And I mean, you can see how large this lake is. You can't even see the other side. I think that's because there's a dust haze, which is a big issue around here since this lake is drying up. and has become toxic. There's a lot of toxic particles in the sand, and they get picked up and blown down into the valleys. And apparently, from what I was looking online, the cancer rate in those valleys in children is like 1 to 3 times higher than the national average, which is pretty crazy. You might be wondering what happened, and understandably so. It was kind of a combination of both Mother Nature and people making mistakes that resulted in what you kind of see here. And on the people side of things, there was agricultural runoff that contained pesticides and harmful chemicals that leached into the sea and made it toxic, and then evaporation. So I'm not sure, I think there's a word for it, but this lake is one of them. It evaporates more water than it takes in. So every year the sea was getting lower and lower, increasing the salinity of the sea because it was on a salt bed. So it was actually a salt body of water, which further made it toxic and killed more fish and more birds. And now it is a toxic body of water that you can't boat in, can't fish in, can't use to drink, and is basically just sitting here, becoming smaller and smaller and more toxic by the day. In my opinion, I think the Salton Sea is kind of a cautionary tale between humans and nature and the balance of the both, and trying to do things that we can't really control, and sometimes it ends up like this. So my mic died right before I walked up to the van, but you guys didn't really miss much. Basically just saying I'm coming up here to make some dinner. And when I was at the store, I saw this meat that I've never seen before. Maybe I have, and it was called something different, or it's just I've never really looked that hard. But he called it beef bacon, and then another word, I forget what it was. But I was asking him, he didn't speak English very well, but I just pointed at it and I said, is it good on tacos? And he said, great on tacos, and then listed a bunch of other ingredients on the tacos. So we're gonna cook up some beef bacon taco bowls, because I'm trying to eat a little healthier, because I put on a few pounds, and someone commented on my video the other day that looks like I put on 20. So taco bowl's a little bit healthier than a taco, because you don't have the tortilla. Also, I know the guy from the internet cafe told me that I could stay in his lot and they offer free parking there, but I've honestly got nothing against parking there or staying there. It's just, I knew that this was 10 minutes down the road and it's a little bit more private, scenic. So there's no point in me staying overnight in his parking lot when I know that this is so close. So let's get to making some tacos. First things first, as always, apron, save my pants, and then we'll get to prepping. I didn't have any lettuce at the store, but I got this Caesar salad kit to use. And this is kind of like an all-in-one Ryan Toomey video. You got the adventure and you got the cooking. Usually I do one or the other because I only have energy for either adventuring or cooking, but I had a lot of fun with making today's video, and it wasn't too much, so still got the energy to make some taco bowls. This knife is so sharp. Actually, before we do the prep work, I want to get the rice started cooking because I don't have a rice cooker, so it's going to take a little bit longer. Now that we've got that done, we can finish prepping. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if it's just a cut out of a ribeye or what it is, but it just essentially looks like a gigantic piece of super thick bacon. Smells good. It's already pre-seasoned, so I guess we'll find out how it tastes. Look at the sunset. Spectacular. Ooh. Smells so good. Oh, I'm so excited. And now we'll just repeat that, the other 2 pieces of beef bacon. This smells so good. We have all the ingredients for our taco bowl. Gotta wait for this rice to finish. Actually, one thing I forgot. Warm up some of this corn, beans. Then we'll have everything ready. Now let's get a bowl assembled and eat. Rice going in the bottom, and then some beans and corn, lettuce, tomato, onion, and a bunch of this meat. And then to top this bad boy off, hit it with a little salsa, sour cream, and a little bit of cojita cheese. Bone apple teeth. So I think Slab City is probably one of the, if not the most interesting places I've ever been in my years of traveling. And I've been to a lot of places. It's not the most picturesque by far. It's not the most scenic by far. There's a lot of things that it doesn't have, but based on the few interactions that I had with the small subset of the population that I did interact with, seems like a real genuine place, not a lawless place where people can go if they just want to break the law and be vandals. And I really do agree that it is one of the last free places, at least in America. Every time I meet new people out, it always reminds me that it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing or how good the view is or how amazing the area is. The number one thing that makes a place is its people. After years of being on the road, some of my fondest memories are from people that I've met and things that I've done with other people, not necessarily the places that I've gone to by myself, because when you have someone to share it with or you have a good group of people around you, it makes that memory just so much better. But I don't know if that makes any sense. Essentially what I'm trying to get at is you can be happy pretty much anywhere if you surround yourself with good people. And everyone I met today might not be normal by your average societal standards, but they were definitely good people. I really enjoyed the conversations we had. Anyways, this taco bowl, absolutely delicious. Whatever this beef bacon is, couldn't have made it better myself. I think that's going to be it for this video. I finish this taco bowl, watch whatever I have left of my sunset outside. It's already pretty dwindled down. And then just hunker out of the van, get this door closed, and probably play some Pal Worlds, which is a new game that I've been playing on my Xbox. Came out a few days ago, fully addicted to it. So, as always, I truly appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, think about clicking that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. I think soon here I'm going to be getting out of the heat and driving up north. But for now, I will catch you guys next time.